this mythology. Paul's a connoisseur. Sarah has an interest, but it's all Greek to her. From Cronus's kids' weird childhood to what's going down in Hades' hood. These fables are bizarre but good. It's myth understood.
And it's also Paul's birthday as we're recording this.
It is the day before my birthday as we're recording this, but they don't need to know that. It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Today, Sarah and I are joined by a very special friend. She has come all the way from Florida. She's one of our best friends, and her name is Chelsea.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Do you just go by Chelsea now? Like kind of like a share thing?
Yeah, no, it's just Chelsea.
Uh-huh.
You don't need to know any more than that.
Now, Chelsea, one of the things I ask people who come on this podcast is, what is your experience with Greek mythology? And did you learn a lot in school, or did you have any interest in it?
Yeah, I went to college for art history and classics as well. So I actually took a few classes on Greek history but I honestly, like, everything that's happened since I don't remember anything.
Oh.
I don't.
So you're dumb like me?
Yeah, no, something erased my memory, so I don't remember. So I know I learned these things, but I just
I remember that.
Her car drove off that bridge
that
fateful night and was struck by lightning in midair. All of her memories of her former self.
You might have seen this story on the news.
I don't remember.
That's why she can't say her last name.
It became a made-for-TV movie, and she was played by Claire Danes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember any of that, but Chelsea is my name. So
that's the name they gave me in the hospital.
Well, it's a good name.
Thank you.
Well, today I'm attempting to do something pretty ambitious.
Is that why you're standing on that tight wire?
40
feet above?
Yeah. And while I am doing that, I'm attempting to fit all of the adventures involving the Golden Fleece into one episode. And if you're familiar with the Golden Fleece and you're listening, you're probably like, no, don't do it. It's too much. They make movies about this. So, but we're going to do it. Do you know anything about the Golden Fleece, Sarah?
I feel like it's an outfit that someone wears to the Grammys.
That's exactly right. All right. End of episode.
Goodbye, everybody.
The Golden Fleece, the origin, it begins with the story of Phrixus.
Mm.
And Phrixus
so also attends the Grammys.
Phrixus attends the Grammys with his twin sister Helle.
Okay, these all sound like rappers.
Phrixus and Helle were the children of Athamas, and he was the king of. Boy, do I not know how to pronounce this. Mm-mm. It is Boeotia. Boeotia.
That sounds like it could be right.
Yeah. And their mother was Nephele, who was goddess of clouds.
Okay, I mean a little bit, but not storms? Just clouds.
Just clouds. And she was pretty serious about it.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up here.
Cloud
I'm
puns.
about fucking done.
And after he's
an imbecile.
Oh, God.
There we go.
I'm going to murder-suicide us now for those cloud puns.
Okay. Well, after he was married to Nephele, he was seduced by Ino, and Ino enjoyed being queen alongside him. But,
Ino.
Mm-hmm, well, or I know.
I know.
It might be I know. It's I-N-O.
Honey, I think you're having an affair. Tell me the truth. What's her name?
I know.
No, tell me her name. I'll leave you if you're having an affair.
I know. Her name is I know. I ruined it. Well, she did not like her children, Phrixus and Helle. So she.
I mean, clearly from the start, if that's what she named him.
Well, she didn't name them. She's their stepmother.
Okay,
yeah. So she.
I know.
I know.
She hatched a devious plot to get rid of the twins, and
was it boarding school?
No, it involved farming.
I guess early times boarding school.
So all of the crops in the land were planted with seeds.
Oh,
and
okay.
she took all of the seeds
Still
and
did that back then.
all of them, and she
know.
roasted the seeds, so they were both delicious and also would not grow. The local farmers became frightened of the famine, and so they asked an oracle for assistance. "Oh, oracle, help us out."
Oh, you come to me when you need help with the farming.
But little did they know that this oracle was bribed by Ino in order to lie to the men. So this oracle was a little bit corrupt, and Ino's lie was voiced through the oracle, and the oracle said, in the same voice, I am imitating your oracle voice, "You must sacrifice Phrixus and Helle in order to plant things that will grow."
I know.
And
I know you know.
there we go. So before Phrixus and Helle could be killed by this mob of townsfolk who wanted to sacrifice them to the gods, they were rescued by a beautiful flying, or sometimes swimming, based on the text of who wrote this, golden ram. Who
Either one doesn't work.
Who sailed through the air, and it was sent by Nepheli, their true mother, to save her children.
Wait, how does she have that? Oh, because she's a
goddess
cloud?
Goddess of the clouds.
But so she probably sent it like surfing on a cloud?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a painting of that in art history school?
I don't remember.
Think about a golden goat surfing on a cloud.
I mean, I think I've seen it in in my dreams, maybe, but
Well,
it is a recurring dream she has.
Yeah.
So the goat swept down, slash not goat, ram. The ram swept down to save the two twins, and Phrixus jumps on the back. He's like, "Come on, Helle, let's get on top of this ram." And he jumps on, and he's like, I'm gonna sit in front and grab squarely onto the ram's horn so that I have a nice tight grip.
Oh, but there's no room for two. It's a small ram, and we're people.
Promise. Just get my mom sent us to save both of us. So here, sit on the back.
That's a little tail.
Sit on the little tail. Let's go.
Ah!
And so, sure enough, they flew up into the air, and they were flying to safety. And Helle did not have enough room on the little ram.
No, of course I don't.
And she slid off and fell into the ocean, and died.
Oh,
and where she landed is now known as Hellespont, which is because
it's not known as anything. I've never heard that.
It's the point where she landed.
Hella's spot.
Hellespont.
Oh, okay.
It is also near where the entrance to the underworld is. So she just landed, and luckily she was so close because they just
is that an island? Is that an island or something?
Hellespont it's the Sea of Helle, and the point near it is it's like an isthmus. It's like where two land masses meet. It's right near where Turkey and Greece are.
So she was so fat she busted up the sea.
I never said that, but let's go with it. Sure. Yeah,
I mean, that's really on you, Mom. Send a horse next time.
Yeah, she really
a surfing horse.
She's goddess of clouds. She's not good at saving people.
Oh yeah.
Phrixus, however, survived, and he landed in Colchis.
He's probably man-spreading on the ram.
He really was. He was
no room for
he was ram spreading.
Anytime you want to just walk out the door.
No, I'm here. No, I'm in this. I'm in it for the long run.
So many puns that are gonna just hurt you on the inside.
No, keep it going.
When he landed in Colchis, he met the benevolent King Aedes, who
not Hades.
Aedes.
Aedes.
Mm-hmm. Or and he was the
king of the 80s,
and he
loved all 80s memorabilia.
He loved 80s. He was the son of the sun god Helios, who took him in and treated him very kindly, and even gave him his daughter.
So you're the son. You're the sun god.
What?
You're the sun, right?
What?
You're the son of the sun? So you're the sun?
Yes. I am King Aedes, and I am son of the sun.
You're the sun. You're the sun god.
I'm the son to the
Son
sun
of
god.
son of the sun.
Uh-huh.
Sun Junior?
I don't know if this is working. It took me too long.
It was a good try.
But
It's like cooking spaghetti. You just throw it at the wall,
Hmm.
and then there's no more spaghetti in your pot, and you just have a lot of sauce.
And then you leave and go.
You leave.
he gave Phrixus his daughter Chalciope.
Oh,
Hello. Did someone say my name?
Oh, do you have memories of your past life?
Is the name really Chalciope?
It is Chalciope. Chalciope.
Yeah, that's pretty similar to how I spell my name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your last name is Opie. It's
mhm.
revealed now.
Oh,
Chelsea.
it's all coming back in a
Opie.
flash.
I forgot, but yeah, that's me.
So they
Chelsea
got married, and in gratitude, Phrixus sacrificed the ram that his mother sent him in the altar of Zeus, and then
Did
gave.
anyone ask for that, or he was just like,
It's just what they do in ancient Greece, and then he gave the king the golden fleece of the ram as a gift.
"Uh-oh."
So why are you saying uh-oh?
Huh?
Why'd you say uh-oh?
I mean, it just starts like it seems like it's an uh-oh place to go from here.
Well, it is an uh-oh place because sometime later, King Aedes was just chilling out and happened to hear a prophecy that not only foretold the loss of his kingdom, but also a betrayal by some member of his family, and it would all culminate in the theft of the golden fleece. And so he became very protective of this golden fleece that was given to him. And in fact, he also ended up killing Phrixus because he believed that this must have, because he was the newest person in his kingdom. It was like, oh, well, it's got to be this guy. He gave it to me, and then he's going to try to steal it back. And so he killed Phrixus.
Because it looks so fly.
Because it looks so fly. And he ended up nailing the golden fleece to a tree, and then had the tree guarded by two fire-breathing, bronze-hoofed bulls known as the Calcori, and a dragon that never slept, to prevent anyone from ever stealing this fleece.
So I've already learned a big lesson in Greek mythology. It's never give a gift ever,
Never give a gift. No.
because it always makes a king or queen go mad.
Mm-hmm.
They always go
Yeah.
insane.
Also, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Mouse.
Don't look her in the mouth.
Don't look her in the mouth.
Don't do that either.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth because it could be Zeus.
It's true. And he will have sex with you.
Yeah. So during while all this is happening, in the land of Iolcus, there lived Peleus and his half brother Aeson, and Peleus, they had the same. They both had the same mother, but Peleus's father was the god Poseidon, and Aeson's father was just a mortal man, Cretheus, who was the king of Iolcus.
Mortal men.
And so after the death of King Cretheus, Peleus believed, because my dad is a god. I have, even though you were the son of the king, it is my right actually to lead this town. So he just goes on a murder spree. He kills.
It's my right. I should be in charge, so everyone's gonna fucking die.
So he killed like everyone in the kingdom, so he alone could rule.
Cool.
No, but he killed most of Aeson's side of the family, and the situation was that Aeson's wife Alcimede had just given birth to young Jason. So they had matching names. Her father Aeson, son Jason, Aeson and Jason, and she was terrified.
It's pretty contemporary for that time, right, Jason?
Well, it's just that's the origin of the name Jason.
Yeah,
comes
right.
From this. So
Yeah, I mean, it must.
Yeah, so I guess it is.
It's just funny to hear a name that we still use.
Yeah.
Back then, I'm sorry, you were just telling me about Palomolial of curse.
You've never met a Peleus and a Cretheus? I'm just like, No,
Um,
you won't dignify with that with an answer.
I am gonna punch you in the head.
Okay, so Alcimede was terrified that Jason was going to be murdered. So she sent
That's fair.
So she sent the young boy away to Mount Pelion, where the centaur Chiron lived. And you might remember Chiron was featured in our Hercules episode. He was one of the two centaurs that
Hercules murdered.
That Hercules allowed to get murdered in his confrontation with the other centaurs because he drank their wine.
Yeah.
And
Hercules was a lush.
He was such a lush. And the centaur Chiron became his tutor, and Chiron was also a tutor to many young future heroes.
That's kind of cute. That's not how you see centaurs.
Yeah, no, Chiron was cheery. That's
You don't see them like hunched over with, a textbook and sitting at a kitchen counter with you.
Yeah, exactly. Helping you make a tiny wooden figurine.
Oh, is that the kind of tutoring?
That's the kind of. I mean, what else would you do back then? There was a lot of sculpture and math. Well,
God, math. It's always been around.
So, meanwhile, as Jason is growing up in secrecy, being tutored in the ways of being a hero by Chiron, King Peleus, who is now king because he murdered everyone, goes to the Oracle of Delphi and is told by the Oracle, "Beware of the man with one sandal." This is a real thing.
That's just good advice in general.
Yeah, because he's probably drunk. He's lost
probably
his
some
shoe.
homeless guy wandering down Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
He
just is
you gotta watch out.
And that one sandal, it doesn't actually fit his foot quite right.
Yeah.
It's like a lady's sandal he found.
Well, Peleus actually had reason to be concerned because he had actually angered the goddess Hera.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's bitch number one.
Yeah.
Stay away.
And he
Don't want to be on her radar.
angered her because he killed his stepmother Citero, who was worshiping Hera at an altar in his city. And on his killing spree of trying to get rid of everyone who might oppose him, he ended up killing Citero and all of her handmaidens who were in the middle of worshiping Hera. And so
He was like the anti-Oprah, right? Where it's like, and you get to die, and you get to die.
Is that the anti-Oprah?
Well, yeah, it's like you're. I guess maybe it is exactly Oprah.
I've seen the gifs where she shoots lightning out of
there
her
you
hands.
go. Yeah.
So Hera vowed to avenge herself. And
herself. I know, it's not even like I'm sad for this dead girl. She's like, I lost a follower on Twitter.
Yeah. And she chose to seek revenge through Jason. So she was like,
Is this the start of the Friday the 13th movie?
Yes, it is. When Jason became 20 years old, he left Mount Pelion and decided to go get his kingdom back. He heard like, you know what? I'm the rightful heir to this throne.
You know what?
Anyway.
I've been tutored. I know all sort of like arithmetic and biology. I have the skills.
They'll be super impressed by my math skills.
I'm gonna take on this sociopath.
So he takes off in his sandals.
Oh no!
He's wearing two sandals. And as he's walking towards
Birkenstocks
the king,
or like
Birkenstocks,
because it's easy to lose a flip flop.
No, they're. I mean, you've seen Greek sandals before. They're pretty bound up.
You think stuff is new, and then you hear that Jason is around in Greek mythology. So I don't know about flip flops back then.
Yeah, I mean, there were probably flip flops. Seems like pretty old technology when you think about it.
It actually seems like the easiest one.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
it's
jam your toe in there.
Yeah, it'll keep it on itself. Or, you could also wrap up your foot with cloth. Let's do that
or like nail this piece of fabric through to the other side.
Through your foot.
Yeah, through your foot.
So as he's walking back to his kingdom of Iolcus, he comes across an old woman who needs help crossing a river to get to the other side.
God, she's gonna take his flip flop and she's gonna turn it into a raft.
Well, and this was actually Hera in disguise, because she wanted to test the virtue this man because she's such a great
gauge
of
yeah.
what virtuous people are. So she's there at the river. Excuse me, I need to cross this river. Will someone help me, please?
Hey, I've been living indoors and I haven't really been outside a lot, so I'm the guy for you.
Do you think perchance you could allow me to mount your shoulders and ride you across the river?
I haven't been socialized a whole lot, so I'm going to assume this is normal.
This is completely normal. You're a beautiful youth.
Oh, no, I'm going to get decapitated.
So Jason humbly accepts and allows the old woman passage across the river, which he wades across. And as he wades across the river, Hera, knowing what the oracle said, knowing that this indeed will be her champion, allows river mud to come up and suck one of his sandals off.
She allows it? The river checks in with her?
Yeah. And he lets her off on the other side. He's like, oh man, my sandal. But she's like, go on without it.
But it's a forest and there's thorns.
There's plenty of sandals to come in your future.
I don't feel like I got a lot out of this trade. I took you across the river and...
Goodbye.
Okay.
So when he reaches Iolcus, King Peleus is in the middle of a celebration, celebrating Poseidon, Peleus' father, and it's a big celebration. And in the middle of it, Jason, he's good looking, he is muscular, he is bronzed, and he is missing a sandal. And he walks in, and he walks into the town.
Oh, probably dripping wet from the river.
Yeah, and everyone stops to gaze upon his beauty as he enters the town. And King Peleus is like, what? Everyone's supposed to be celebrating the god Poseidon. What is this man? What is this man? He only has one sandal on.
Oh, no.
And he knows in that moment, this is the man who's going to undo his kingdom. But he plays it cool. He's like,
Nice to meet you.
hi, I'm Jason. I am here because this is supposed to be my kingdom. Let me have it back.
Oh, that sounds fun. I'm going to go in this secret trapdoor behind me.
Well, it's not going to be just a complete redo of the labors of Hercules, but he does invite Jason back to his house and his king house and says,
his king house.
Welcome to my king house. Everything.
I'm not certain if he has a castle. I'm just like it's where he lives and it's nice.
He probably has a nice 2-bedroom bungalow.
Yeah. But he invites him back and
it's all street parking now.
Oh yeah.
He feasts with him for several days, as they do.
My God, they always go on these like fucking gorge fests.
Yeah, for days.
They're like, do you want to hang out and just nonstop eat?
During which his scholars come up with an impossible task to give to Jason, because it'd be too simple just to kill him or poison his food. Instead, he says, "Oh, Jason, I've decided you can have my kingdom. You can."
Oh, yeah. This king house is mine.
Yeah, this king house can be yours, but only if the price is right. And that price is the golden fleece from the faraway land of Colchis. I would have gone and done it myself, but you're so youthful and strong and
oiled up and bronzed.
And oiled up and bronzed.
Oh,
he's still dripping wet, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend here is staring at me, and he's. Why is he tracing his fingers down my muscles?
But he he felt that this was an impossible task, and that if he did this journey, he would never, ever, ever return.
Oh God! Everyone worked for Postmates back in the Greek mythology. They're all just going on little errands.
So, Jason knew that this journey to Colchis would be long and arduous. But he did accept. Okay, yes, I'll do the golden fleece thing.
Why?
You.
If you're like, no, the kingdom is supposed to be mine. Why are like, he's fine. I'll let you go. Take me away for like a month.
I think he's an honorable hero, and he.
No, it's because he's homeschooled. I was talking about this. Homeschool kids are weird.
They're not properly socialized and they don't make the best decisions.
No.
Well, Jason had all the tools to succeed here, though, because he ends up meeting up with Argos, who is a famous shipbuilder who builds him a ship and names it the Argo. He names it after himself because it's great. The ship was made to be stronger and better than any ship that was ever built before, but also light enough that the 50 men who would make up the crew could lift the ship themselves and carry it across land. So it was
made out of styrofoam?
It was a feat in engineering. Men can lift up 50 men could lift up more than a styrofoam ship, I would believe. From Zeus, he received a piece of wood called the Dodona, which
why is Zeus up in this shit now?
Well, because everyone's doing stuff, and he's like, I want to be involved. And of course, remember, this is Hera's champion, so she was probably like, Zeus,
honey,
send him that Dodona. You're not using it. The Dodona was a piece of speaking timber that was attached to the prow of the ship.
So Zeus is literally like, I'm going to give him something from my garage.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that much.
Give him that wood that talks.
Well, and through the piece of wood, the voice of Hera or the voice of an oracle could speak to them.
Oh, it's a fucking Bluetooth speaker.
And guide them on their journey. Yeah, they invented, the Dodona was the original.
It's a GPS.
Yeah, it's first Siri.
And then
make a U-turn.
After he built this, or he had the ship, he recruited the most amazing heroes of Greece at the time to be.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get the Greece Justice League.
The Argonauts assembled.
Okay,
and the Argonauts consisted of such heroes as Orpheus. Remember Orpheus and Eurydice, famed musician. He is there to lend his string playing skills and singing skills to this important expedition. It also included Castor and Polydeuces. And
sorry,
I know.
Sorry,
name, every name I just want to.
Well,
sorry.
If you would like, I could refer to Castor and Polydeuces as Castor and Pollux, as they are known in Roman mythology.
Oh.
No, this is
you're gonna piss off Catherine.
Catherine?
I think that's the one who doesn't like it when you say Hercules stupid.
Oh, okay.
No, when you don't say it stupid. Catherine.
Catherine.
Sorry, Catherine.
So the proper Greek way would then be Polydeuces. We're doing that.
Do it for Catherine.
I'm doing it for Catherine. And
here's the thing that drives me crazy about the names, right? Like we're just learning to be civilized. We're just starting out. Why aren't we just going one syllable names first and we build up from there?
You think everyone's name should be Kronk?
Yeah.
They were also joined by Heracles and his nephew Iolaus.
Here's what I think happened. I think in childbirth in Greek times, they put like peppers under the mother giving birth, and whatever she sneezed out was the baby's name.
That's an interesting theory that I'm sure we can test. And in some texts, they were also joined by Atalanta, who would have been the only female hero crew member of the voyage. But
all right.
So that basically rounded it out. And they set sail, and they thought, you know what? There's so many heroes aboard. We're gonna do fine. We've got a talking piece of wood. We are ready to go.
We are good.
So the first place that they landed on their journey, because they actually had no idea where they were going, was
they had their GPS.
They had their GPS, but the GPS was like
it was just like turn left.
They had a lot of satellite
recalculating.
Yeah,
but it didn't. It's the GPS, the older kind, the Garmin that doesn't say street names.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So they landed on the island of Lemnos first to stop and ask for directions and get food.
So then there must have been a female on board because that's common sense.
The female was the
just pull over, get directions,
just ask.
We need fucking food.
The island of Lemnos was inhabited by only women because
there we go.
Because
every place should be.
Well, it was inhabited by only women, particularly because they had refused to worship the goddess Aphrodite, and because
she was like, no cock for you.
That's basically what happened. As a sign of vengeance, she cursed them with a offensive body odor. And no one wanted to be with them. They were so.
This is my favorite Greek curse so far.
Yeah. I know she got really creative with it. I like it.
Well, so
you some stanky hoes, and from then on.
Well, they were humiliated and furious over their deplorable condition. And originally there were men on the island, but
they swam off.
They did.
Any man who didn't swim off or run away from their odor, they ended up murdering because they were so angry. Like, why won't you have sex with me?
Wow.
So Jason and the Argonauts arrived on this island, and by the time they arrived, Hera wanted the women to help them, and so she coerced Aphrodite to lift their curse when Jason and the Argonauts arrived. And it was basically just like, it was instant orgy.
Oh
like,
my God.
Of course.
These strong, good-looking heroes arrive. These women who have been deprived of sex for years and years and years. It was just, and they ended up staying on Lemnos for 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. That checks out.
They had, and Jason himself ended up fathering 2 twin sons to the queen of the island while they were there. But after a few years go by, and this is going to be a trend. We haven't hit the Aeneid yet, but it's like during these seafaring voyages, it's always like, well, we've been here enough. That's usually what happens.
I mean, what do you do when you just decide to chill for 2 years? What's their day-to-day life? Is it just fucking?
Orgy, drinking wine, fathering children.
Yeah.
They just did that for a really long time.
Yeah, all right.
So they all left.
He just like, he basically woke up one day and was like, the fleece. Yeah. That's why. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I got onto a ship for the fleece. Totally forgot what I was doing.
So then they sailed off. And there's like additional things that end up happening to Queen Hypsipyle, but she it's like barely worth mentioning. It's like she gets chased off, and then her kids get kidnapped by pirates, and then the end. Like, it's like
barely worth mentioning.
Yeah, it's weird.
Boring old everyday story.
But I just mean that there's not a lot of details for it. It's like, and this sort of happens.
So he loses his kids forever?
Yeah.
Happens.
They become pirates? Or they die?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
I think they become little pirates, little cute 2-year-old pirates.
Yeah, probably.
I hope so.
Well, the next land that they go to is the land of Doliones. And
that's the new Girl Scout cookie flavor.
Yes.
Doliones.
Doliones are so good.
Mm.
They have coconut in it though, so I can't have them. And on this island were giants called the Gegenes. And they were earthborn monsters with 6 arms.
Yeah.
And they had to go and
Earthworm or earthborn?
Earthborn.
They were born on Earth.
Wait, why do you have to mention that they're born on Earth?
Because lots of Greek mythology creatures were born in the sky.
Yeah.
They're beamed in from Mars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they went to greet the king who was there and
of the earthborn monsters.
No, of the island of Doliones.
Oh.
And receive supplies from him and
Girl Scout
do these
cookies.
things. And while Girl Scout cookies, and while that was happening, they left Hercules to guard the ship. And
I missed that he's even on the ship.
I know you were talking about some other thing. No,
he was on the ship from the get-go?
He was on the ship
so
from
he
the
went
get-go.
to the 2-year fuck fest?
He
went to the 2-year fuck fest.
Yeah.
Okay.
During his labors. This is all during his labors.
Yeah, I hope he was keeping track of his hours properly.
Yeah. But they left Hercules to guard the ship, and he ended up fighting these Gigantes and just like murdering them because that's what Hercules does. He murders everything.
I have
like
a
that.
question.
What's that?
Are they like? Do they look like the Gigantes?
They look like 6-armed humans.
So they're like
human.
human looking, but they
but-
just got some extra arms.
and they're giant.
Okay, that's terrifying. But
Mhm.
yeah, go on. Sorry.
I really can't imagine them either if they're human looking. Gross.
One of the things that happened
Are they kind of like Gordo?
Huh?
You know,
Gordo?
isn't his name Gordo?
Are you talking about Goro from Mortal
There you
Kombat?
Gordo.
Gordo. Yeah.
They kind of like Goro and
Shiva
Shiva,
and
yeah.
Kintaro. Oh boy, we're pulling out the names from Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
that's what they look like.
Yeah, but imagine 6 arms instead of just 4 arms.
Just 4
Just
arms.
four.
I thought they have 6 arms. They have 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So one of the things that happened though is that the monsters, Hercules didn't defeat all of them, and they continued to attack
Lazy.
even into the night. And they decided to do this like, okay, the Argo's going to go one way around the island, and the king's ships are going to go around the other end of the island because we're going to defeat these monsters once and for all. But they attacked at night, and they didn't coordinate very well. And the Argo ended up sinking all of the king's ships because they thought that they were the enemy when they got to the other side, and they were just like pew 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 pew. So the Argo ended up killing this entire island.
Now I feel like they left the female on Girl Island
They probably did.
because this is becoming a disorganized mess. And I just don't.
It was an amateur move.
I don't think a female's there to be logical.
So the other thing that happened in that fight is that Hercules had broken his oar because they were rowing the Argonauts, the Argo. It wasn't like powered in any other way by them rowing.
Ooh, so they show up to Girl Island and they are ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so Hercules, before they leave, decides to go into the woods with his. He had a friend named Hylas, and go off into the woods together. Probably knock one out first, and then get a piece of wood to make a new oar out of for Hercules. One that was mighty and strong like him. And
just rips up an oak tree.
And while they were searching for like the appropriate piece of wood, Hylas ended up getting bewitched by a water nymph.
This is why you can't. It's like when Chelsea and I go out, I'm like, I'm keeping my eyes on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how many times have you just showed back up at the bar and there she is under spell?
I am easily bewitched. So
So he was bewitched by a water nymph and lured Hylas into the sea where he died.
It's happened.
And and Hercules was so upset with the loss of his friend that he said, "Go on without me."
no.
And so they abandoned Hercules on this island.
Well, he's not really clearly thinking there.
Well, he was
His
very
friend
sad.
just died.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit where you died alone.
Oh, yes, you will.
I'm going to stuff your body and carry you everywhere with me.
Oh, God, I hope so. The hijinks we'd get into.
However, some scholars believe that he went with him because the Argonauts are going to run into some things that would have made finishing his labors convenient. So it would have actually made sense for him to stay. But
So do you think he just was kind of whiny, like, go on without me? And everyone's like, shut up and get we need you to row.
Yes.
Stop being so dramatic.
The next island that they reached, it was just like a series of Greek islands. They reached the land that is ruled by King Amycus, who had a strange quirk where he challenged every stranger he met to a fist fight.
It sounds like people I've met. It sounds like you, actually, Sarah.
Well, yeah.
If you get enough tequila in you and you're like,
Well,
let's fight.
Because you're constantly bewitched. I have to fight these witches, these bar witches. The only way to break the spell.
That's true.
We are the Argonauts, and we've landed here in this land. Oh, look, here comes the king, King Amicus.
Yay, put 'em up, ah!
Oh,
1 through 1.
we're just looking for directions. Will you please
hit me right in the chin.
Uh,
Put 'em up,
Hey.
yada.
hey, Castor.
Yeah, what's up?
Your brother Pollux, where is he? Or Polydeuces?
I don't know.
Well, he's like the best.
I don't know.
He's the best boxer we have on this team. So we should get him, and
Okay.
he could be the guy who fights the
Yeah,
king.
I'll text him real quick.
Okay, text.
Yeah, why don't you punch me right square in the nose? You ain't made of the stuffs.
I'm up. Okay, so
Okay, there he is.
Pollux shows up, and he is the best boxer in all of Greece. He gets into a fight with
I'll
King
give
Amicus.
you one for free.
And he gives Pollux one for free, and Pollux punches off his head, just like
Oh my god.
just like murders him with a single fist.
I do enjoy how much decapitation there is in Greek mythology. It does tickle me.
because he so easily defeated their king, the king's men.
He's just a rock'em sock'em toy. This the king. Is that when they find out he's made out of very cheap plastic and string?
They were horrified to discover he was made out of cheap plastic and string, and then they attacked the Argonauts because they just like made fools out of their king so
just
easily.
punched his head off.
You made him feel so stupid.
Also dead, but mostly he looks silly.
But he's going to be so embarrassed when he comes out of it.
They
He'll be fine.
they chased the Argonauts were driven back by them because there were so many of these men, and they're also like, we also don't want to kill all of them. So let's just get on our boat and sail away. Sorry, we punched.
Yeah, you better sail
Bye.
away. I'll give you one for free. I'm a little baby.
And then Polydeuces punches off the baby's head. So they sail to the next island, and this is where they get their big lead. They meet Phineas here, who was an old blind man who used to be a prophet, and he
And his name sounds suspiciously like penis.
it does, and he was punished and isolated on this island by Zeus because Phineas revealed too much of Zeus's secrets.
Oh,
he doxed him.
secrets.
Yeah, secrets about his liaisons with ladies to other.
Oh, so he was like a paparazzi.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tabloid.
He worked for TMZ.
Yeah.
And
You won't believe who I saw Zeus with coming out of Ketsuya.
and his curse was that he would be delivered the most delicious looking food every day to arrive on a table for him, and he would sit down at the table and he'd say like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this delicious food, and then harpies would come and attack him and eat all of his food in front of him.
That's my nightmare too, honestly.
So basically, he experienced the Food Network before the Food Network existed.
Yeah, he had to watch all this delicious food, and then so he was a prophet, so he did foresee Jason's quest, and so when he arrived, he was like,
But he didn't see that shit talking would get him in trouble.
"No, I pick and choose. I pick and choose." So I'm so excited you guys are here, Argonauts. It's me. I'm Phineas. I'm blind and I'm old, but I can feel you coming.
Oh God, he's touching us.
You look great. All of you look great. You're so oily, and your arms are very warm from rowing. Listen, I have not eaten in a long time, and
How are you alive?
I know. I eat grass.
There was one package of ramen that I stretched out for like a week or so, but
Can you guys do me a big favor? These winged ladies come by. They're horrible looking.
Oh, we fuck ladies.
Yeah, okay, but they have talons and they don't.
Yeah, we fuck them.
that
we
sounds
fuck anything.
great.
So
I think that's the reason we got on the boat. Oh wait, the fleece.
The fleece.
so the harpies show up and the Argonauts slay all of them as they screech and claw at them. And then Phineas says, so there's this very important passage you have to go through to reach your destination. You are looking for that fleece, right?
Oh God, yes. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
You know, we keep forgetting. It just
So
keeps.
Well,
I
it's
feel
not
silly.
about the destination. It's about all the ladies you have sex with on the way.
Yeah.
Do
Anyway, there's this thing you need to cross. It's called
A river.
It's called the Simple Gates.
Oh,
It's not simple though.
I didn't think it would be.
It's this passage. It's these two rocks
Mm-hmm.
that are always doing this.
Okay, so we'll go around those.
No,
we'll go around those.
you
You can just go around.
You can't go by 'em.
Do
Okay,
they
well-
still have the talking timber GPS to tell them at this point? I'm sorry.
Yeah?
No?
Yeah, they still have the talking timber.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
the
just
Bluetooth
use them.
speakers.
We'll just
Well,
reroute.
Phineas says, in order to get through, and by the way, that wasn't very helpful to people who are listening. These are two large boulderous rocks that are in the ocean that are smashing together at intermittent intervals.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just go over those. We'll go over
Yeah,
those.
we can.
Um,
We'll go around.
So, Phineas says, here's the thing. You will fail your quest unless this one thing works. I'm going to hand you a dove. I've kept it in a cage. His name is Timothy.
Timothy?
You take this white dove, you release it in front of the Symplegades. If the Symplegades crash and murder the dove, you won't get through there. But if the dove makes it through, you have a chance. You can row through there.
So this kind of sounds a little bit like bullshit to me.
Why?
Why would that work?
It's just the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to still try to just go over it?
I kind of feel like we should just try to go around.
Yeah, okay. So,
So,
but thank you so much
yeah,
for this bird.
thank you for the bird.
So they take the bird
And they have sex with it.
and they have sex with it.
and they turn it into an oar.
They
The end.
They approach the Symplegades. They are these giant crashing boulders, and Jason holds out the dove that I've named Timothy and releases it in front of the boulders, and the bird goes through the gates, and the rocks crash and pluck a single feather from the dove.
Bird hair.
A bird
Fuzzy
hair.
ass dove.
And
bird hair.
the bird makes it through. So they look at each other and they're like, you know what? I think we can do this. So
I needed a haircut anyways.
So we're gonna listen to that weirdo. We're all
yep, we're all gonna row through.
okay.
On the count of 3. 1, a 2, a 3. And they row through the gates and just the very back of their ship, just like the very back of the bird, gets snipped by the rocks, but they make it through.
So
Okay.
the weird guy wasn't bullshitting.
He wasn't
telling the
bullshitting.
truth.
Oh.
So finally, as they're finally to their destination of where this golden
Are they
fleece is,
reunited with Timothy? Tell us what.
Timothy-
Yeah, what
Timothy-
happened to
wanna hear.
Timothy?
Timothy flies back to them and he's like, "Hello, I'm Timothy. You know this because I'm your bird. But
you know this.
be careful. Just around the corner before you finally reach your destination, my bird brethren are here, the scary ones.
Dragons.
Not dragons.
A raptor.
Sarah, do you remember in the labors of Hercules, one of the labors involved these birds that shot things out of them?
Yeah.
Yes, the Stymphiledes.
You gotta tell Chelsea.
Yeah.
Well, they're
What do you mean things?
they're these giant birds that had metal tipped wings
Okay.
that shot their feathers at people to kill them. And
Okay.
Like machine gun arms.
And Hercules, one of his tasks was to ward them off, and he took bronze clappers
Shoo.
and banged them.
Shoo.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Get out of here, bird.
So the Argonauts knew of this, and so when the birds started flying towards them, because they had journeyed with Hercules, the all the Argonauts took their swords and their shields and clanged their swords against their shields.
Yeah.
And
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
It's
Yeah.
very effective.
And warded off the birds successfully. So that was just a little piece there, and it was all because of Timothy, just letting them know what was what.
Timothy.
They finally reached Colchis, and when they reached Colchis, the king was still King Aedes, and he had a beautiful daughter, Medea. And Medea was a priestess of Hecate, and she also was the chosen tool of Hera in order to continue to help Jason succeed. And so she talked to Aphrodite again. Hey, Aphrodite.
Yes.
Uh,
4, 5. Okay.
You're brushing your hair,
Yes.
I see. Okay. 5 times.
I am in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But I'll stop for you,
So,
my queen.
Yes, you know how I made you lift the curse for those sneaky ladies?
Yeah, seems like I did you a favor and I should just be able to hang out now.
Yeah, but I need you to do one more favor for me.
Okay.
Send your son, Eros, to make sure that Jason and Medea fall deeply in love with each other upon first sight. Thank you so much. Continue brushing your hair. You look great. Bye.
Fine.
So,
6, 7.
so as soon as Jason arrives, he sees King Aedes, and he has another giant feast for him because that's what they do. And he falls in love with Medea as soon as he sees her. Medea falls in love with him as well, and it's just a magical thing until Jason says, "King Aedes, I am here for your golden fleece. I need it. I need it to get my own kingdom. Hope that's okay."
Give it.
You look pained. Your face looks angry.
Oh, I kind of have it perfectly displayed on a tree. I nail gunned it to the tree.
Yeah.
I like it looking that way.
I'm gonna pull it off, and I'm probably gonna wear it to the Tonys.
No.
All right.
You got a Grammy and a Tony?
I have a Grammy and a Tony. I'm Jason.
Are you going for an Oscar next?
Yes. Trying to get the triple.
Agat.
The what?
What is it called?
I don't know.
You get all of them? EGOT.
The EGOT. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that could be a Greek name.
It could be, and it was. So, King Aedes says, sort of just like the other king. He's like, "Okay, yeah, you can have it, but I'm gonna make you do an impossible task."
Oh God! Don't make me fuck more girls for 2 years.
His impossible task is to remember those bronze tipped cloven bowls that were guarding the fleece.
Mm-hmm.
His task is to put a, what's it called over them? You know what
Bridle?
I'm talking. Not a bridle. A hat. His
Halloween ghost costume.
Yeah, that
He's
doesn't look
spooky.
good.
Shoot, guys, what is that? What is that thing called that you put on oxen so that they drive things?
So they drive?
Yes.
Yoke. It's not a yoke, but
Yes.
Is
A
that
yoke?
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girdle?
Yeah. So his
A leash.
his impossible task is to yoke the
Yoke it up.
2 fire breathing oxen, and then to drive an entire field and plow it, and
He's just trying to get him to do his chores for him.
and
Always.
and
Everyone treats him like this.
in the field he must sow dragon teeth
Ooh.
into the field, and when the dragon teeth sprout into what they grow into, it is fully armed like earthen men, and he must defeat all of them.
Not dragons, surprisingly.
Yes. So that is his weird
Who
task.
comes out?
Earthen armored and
Earthen armored?
earthen armored men,
People.
Like rock people?
like rock people.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, earthen as in they're like made of earth.
Uh huh.
Not like, okay. All right.
So we
okay.
we had monsters of earth
Uh huh.
and now earthened armored.
Earthen
Mhm.
armored men.
Yeah.
So he's really scared about this, and he's
Yeah.
hanging out in his quarters, and he gets a knock at his door, and it's the beautiful Medea. Hello.
Oh, hey, come on in. I was just
Hi.
rubbing oil over my muscles.
I can see that. I can see my face in your arm.
Yeah, I could see your face. I could see it on my face making out.
Whoa, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's do that. But first, I'm
Oh.
worried that you're going to be dead tomorrow.
Oh, hey,
So-
hey, you that good in bed?
I've made this potion for you.
Ah.
And I want you to drink it tomorrow.
It's not like a green juice, like a kale.
It's a bit like a green juice. It has
smoothie.
it's got a real health taste.
No.
But it will keep you alive tomorrow. It makes you invulnerable to fire and weapons.
Yeah, but you said it tastes like kale.
Your choice. Let's have sex tonight in case you die tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So they do that. And so the next morning, he is able to yoke the two oxen.
That sounds a little dirty.
They
Well, they have very low standards of who they'll fuck.
That's
anyways,
true.
So just put
It
it.
actually is true.
So he's they're breathing fire on him. But he's fine. The fire is just sort of glancing off of his skin.
I'm fine. This isn't hurt at all.
He sows he sows the seeds, and Medea also gives him a hint too, that once this army of earthen men sprouts, they will fight over anything. And so pick up a clod of dirt and throw it among them, and they'll start fighting over it.
It sounds like the guy that would pick a fight with everyone.
Yeah.
I'll give you
guy.
one.
Mhm.
So he does
One on
exactly
a
that.
house.
And when the dust settles, it's him just like standing in this field with all of these broken, destroyed stone men around him. And he has succeeded in this seemingly impossible task.
Hooray.
But his the king Aedes still doesn't want to give away with it, because he's like, no, this will result in the destruction of my kingdom. And so he says, yeah, I'll give it to you tomorrow. But instead he goes to his meeting room and starts planning, like, how do I kill all the Argonauts? How do I get Jason out of here? I don't want this to happen. Medea, hearing this, returns to Jason. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, 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 knock. Please open up.
I'm on the toilet.
Please. Okay, I'm going to open up. I've already seen you naked. Oh, my
But
God.
you haven't seen me taking a shit.
I'm watching you take a shit right now. It's okay.
God.
Listen, we need to get out of here. We need to get that fleece.
I hover. I'm a hoverer.
Okay.
Because it's a germ thing.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah, our slaves clean those toilets all the time.
Just give me 5 seconds.
Okay. Well, anyway, we need to get that fleece. There's a dragon guarding it, but I have a plan.
I didn't know we had dragons.
There's a dragon.
I didn't know
Where did you think you got the dragon teeth that you plant that turned into
Yeah, that
the dirt
dragon's
people?
always losing teeth.
Yeah, but they turn into earth people. so I
Jason,
think-
this is important.
Let me wipe.
Your friends could die. You could die. We're gonna go, and then we're gonna go back to Greece and get married. Okay?
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Come on.
This is moving awfully fast.
But she is infatuated. She is in love with him, and
Did Cupid just hit her or both of them?
it might have been just her
It
in the
sounds
long
a
run.
little bit like it.
She's she's
thirsty.
She's balls deep in Jason.
Yeah.
And so she they approach where the golden fleece is held, and this giant dragon rears up and is like, I'm gonna murder you. And Medea has a potion that says, not so fast, and drops it on the dragon's head and makes the dragon fall asleep. So she's really sort of
She roofied him.
She's the hero of this
I
part
was
of the
gonna
story.
say, it seems like she's kind of been taking care of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't need Jason.
She's an important sorceress.
If anything, she's the lead and he's the love interest.
At this point, yes.
Yeah. And also, what's up with all of her potiony stuff? Is she a witch?
She's a witch.
Yeah, she's the sorcerer.
She's a priestess of Hecate.
So you get to be a witch if you do that?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Potions Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she takes
She's a wizard, Harry.
she takes the golden fleece and they journey off together. And Jason has a little bit of cold feet about like, oh, I have to get married to her when we get back because she is a scary witch. But okay. They
They're like, oh, maybe I do the cooking, potion lady.
so they all leave the island in the middle of the night, and King Aedes is furious. He's like, my kingdom is gone, my daughter is gone. I bet they kidnapped her. And her brother Aspiratus shows up to his dad and is like, don't worry, Dad, I'll go get Medea back, and
That's the spirit of spiritus.
and I'll get the golden fleece back too, because I know that's actually what you probably care about more than your daughter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Give me my my threads.
So Aspiratus chases them in a ship, and
It's not really a chase though, right? It's like you're
it's a ship
all
chase.
just going.
And Aspiratus is really familiar with the seas, and especially in that area near his kingdom, he's like head of the naval forces there. So he catches up with the Argo very quickly, and so Medea sends word via probably a bird, probably a dove, probably Timothy again.
Timothy.
Oh yeah, he's my favorite.
He's recurring. Yeah.
My
Sends
favorite
him
character.
sends him a message that says, beloved brother, I have been kidnapped. Thank you for following me.
Why is she doing that?
Let's meet up on this island, and you can save me.
She's got a plan.
But she sets him up to be murdered.
Yeah.
By
Wow.
the Argonauts.
Wow.
Because she is in deep.
No longer a good guy.
And as soon as she does this, she loses the favor of Athena.
Yeah.
A lot of the gods that were like championing this heroic pair.
Yeah.
They're like, oh.
Because he's chasing her thinking like, oh, I love my sister and I want to save her. He's actually trying to save his sister.
Mm-hmm.
She could have just been like, look, I'm crazy about that. I caught fever of this dick. You should see him with his shirt off. This is what the note should say.
You
exactly.
should see him taking a shit.
I didn't see him hovering a good 4 inches over the pot. Boy, bye.
Yeah.
Among the gods that they lose the favor of are the Muses. The Muses were going to sing epic ballads about this amazing heroic tale, and this sort
they
of
lost their record deal.
puts a damper on it. And the Muses sort of put in the ear of like, let's get some revenge against them and call upon the power of the sirens. And you're familiar with the sirens in Greek mythology, or the concept of the siren.
Mermaids.
Yes.
But maybe for our viewers that are our listeners who are not familiar with the sirens, you can.
Oh, I thought you were going to jump in with
Yeah,
your
she's
description.
gonna
of
do
what
Oh,
it.
I
the
don't know anything.
Oh, okay.
Me neither.
Okay, so the sirens were beautiful women who were actually horrible monsters that sang
You're looking at
Aren't
2 of
they
them.
all?
Hey.
that sang beautiful songs that would lure sailors to
They
their
lured
death.
the sailors to their death. I knew that.
And
Let me smell your
so the sirens
dick.
started singing their song as the Argonauts were leaving from murdering Aspiratus, and the ship takes a sip of the ocean, and
Whoa, bless you.
the ship sails closer to the sirens.
It really was a sneeze.
And the all of the men for the most part survive, except for like a few of like, you know, those like extras that appear
red shirts.
Yeah, some red shirts appear. I mean, there's 50 men on the Argo, so there's, you know, like let's say 10 dive off to their deaths to go be with the sirens and die.
That pussy's worth it.
No, we lost Scott.
Yeah, Scott really ate it.
He used to turn my bed over.
They then almost make it back to the land of Iolcus, but they first have to pass Talos, the bronze giant, who is a giant made of bronze.
Yep.
Who is the last?
Is he just really tan? Because he's just like always running around.
He's made of bronze, and
Oh.
this is what I don't understand about the story, because he is the last of his kind, and he's standing in their way on this journey also. And
Because they don't know how to go around things. We learned.
No,
and using her skills of sorcery, Medea assists them by casting a spell, and a huge rock crashes against Talos's ankle, which smashes a vein and
Owie.
causes him to bleed. But he's made of bronze, So not quite sure
maybe
about
just
this.
on that, like how you get like a gold plated necklace, but it still turns your whole shit green.
So he's bronze plated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all meat on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
After saving Jason and his crew
Just like necklaces.
in this
Just all
heroic
meat.
way,
Bacon. Sorry, Paul.
Jason and
We're having our own conversation over
I
here.
noticed.
That's what this is. It's me talking and
not
talking
listening to
and-
Paul.
we're so close, guys.
I'm sorry. Continue.
to coming.
Jason and Medea decide to get married then after she's saved him one more time, and he's like, okay, fine.
Fine. You've
let's
only
get married.
saved me like 10 times
All
now.
right, I guess I owe you one.
So they get married, and then they return to the land of Iolcus, and it's probably been 5 or 6 years at this point. It's been a really long time, and so he shows up, and King Peleus is there in his throne room, and the door swings open, and it's Jason, and he's like,
And he's just throwing it around like helicopter style.
"What is he throwing around?"
fleece.
Oh, the fleece, yeah.
Woo,
Oh.
woo.
Oh my god, Jason, you're back here. I did not expect you to be back here.
Yeah. I almost forgot about this mission a lot of times, but then I remembered the golden fleece and my rightful butt on the throne in the king house.
Well, here's the thing. Nope, that's not gonna happen.
Well, I'll see you.
So, he turns down that Jason would rule the kingdom, but he does still sort of allow him to hang around the court because he does still have standing.
Did he have like a dominoes rule? Like, no, I need my fleece in like 30 days or less.
Yeah,
or
I
it's
think
free?
that was probably part of it.
But
But
Jason did take a sweet ass time.
Jason returns a celebrated hero, and so he can't just like easily dispose of him. So he's like, I'm still gonna be the king. I still have the claim, but you can still hang around. And
I have a guest house in the back, guest king house.
so due to this circumstance, Medea springs into action again, and she decides to.
I've got lotions and potions, and
She decides to do a little bit of sorcery and a little bit of trickery, and so she goes to Peleus's daughters. She's like, knock knock, knock knock.
hi.
Hey, are you guys Peleus's daughters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi, I'm Medea, and
Oh, I'm gonna close the door.
no, I just
you.
I thought that I was gonna. I want to show you something that is life changing that you guys are gonna love.
Are you trying to sell us on a pyramid scheme?
Yes.
Because
Yes, it's sort of like
Because
that.
we would love to make money, and now
Okay, well here's my thought. I'm gonna show you something, and then you can just let your ideas grow from there. This is a cauldron, and this is a very old.
Can you do slow cooker recipes in it?
I'm gonna show you something. Boy, you're gonna be so crazy about this. This is
She's upselling.
let
it.
her finish.
this is a ram. It is a very old ram.
Oh.
Oh,
You?
no.
You don't like it, right? He's so old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at him. I'm gonna slit his throat right in front of you.
Oh, okay.
no,
Well,
It's part of the
no.
wow factor. She cuts it. I'm gonna cut it up into little pieces.
Oh God!
God,
Get out of our room.
we just got our carpets
Wait.
cleaned.
I have not revealed the final thing yet. Magic incantation, and she does a wafty thing over the cauldron. The cauldron goes, poof, and then out of the cauldron, an adorable baby ram comes
that's
out of
cute.
the. Oh, it's a baby ram.
It's so out. Can we eat it?
Sure.
Let's slow cook it.
Yes.
Well, here's my thought. So, I came back here. It's been like 6 years. Your dad is pretty old, and you love your dad, right? He's so great.
I love him, but he's so
He's so
old.
fucking
He's
old.
So if
He
you-
farts so much.
This is a simple
old man.
recipe that anyone can do at home at any time, and all you have to do is
Let's chop up our dad.
chop up your dad,
Yes!
put him in the cauldron, boil him up, and he will come out young and be able to rule longer and be able to love you guys more.
Wait, that's brilliant. We would like to buy 2.
Okay, here's 2. So Medea makes a fat profit off of them. She sells 2 of her Medea brand cauldrons, And
what a weird fucking thing, right? Like, yeah, just you chop it into pieces, and they're like, sure,
I could chop my dad.
I could chop my dad up.
I love him, but like, I feel like I could go through with something like that.
I'm interested in Dad 2.0. Let's do this.
So, the daughters do indeed do this.
How old are they?
Murder the king. They're
7.
probably. And again, the gods are horrified with Medea. They're like, you are doing too much. And more so, Jason's a bit terrified of her too.
Yeah, she's spooky.
You're
fun. Smells great in there.
And he also realized, in this faraway land, far away from her kingdom, she has no power here. He will be king, but like the thing that would really help is if he could unite his land with another neighboring kingdom.
Oh, Jason.
So he
think with your brain.
He meets Glauca, who is the daughter Glauca, and she is the beautiful princess of Corinth. And,
well, with a name like that,
and so
who can imagine anything?
So he shows up at Medea's door one day. Knock knock.
Oh, my most beloved husband! I'm so happy with you. You blessed me forever. If there was ever a thing to tear us apart, blood would rain, blood would rain, blood would rain.
You're the spookiest witch wife I could ask for. I love you.
Get inside.
Listen,
me.
I want you to be think really open-mindedly about this because you're so open-minded.
Yes.
You know how you're so open. You might even like be into like a relationship that is open.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, well, so there's this princess, Glauca. I don't even really like her that much.
Kill her.
She's beautiful.
I'll fucking kill her.
And she's younger than you.
Okay, she's dead.
And she's certainly fertile.
Okay, I am starting to cauldron up now and simmering.
Here's you and I we just had 3 amazing boys together, our children
I'll
that we
slit
love.
their throats if you do anything.
They're great.
To hurt me.
I love them. But if I get married to her, we get to share a beautiful giant, a bigger kingdom.
Oh boy,
we can have this.
Oh, but I like that giant penis all to myself.
All right, think about it.
It's a no.
I'll be back. Bye.
You stay in here forever.
So Medea humors him. She says, "Okay, yeah, marry this beautiful thing."
Should we start like a joint Tinder account?
Yeah.
If you want a third.
And then before their wedding, she shows up at Glauca's house, at her princess house, and she says, "Oh, hey, it's me, Medea. Are you Glauca?"
Yeah, I am.
So this is I'm really into the hottest styles here in Greece. This season's color is gold.
Okay.
I have a beautiful gold dress for you to wear to your wedding to my husband.
I feel like it's really weird that you just kind of show up to my house.
Yeah, I do that.
Clothes. Okay. This is not concerning at all. But yeah, okay.
All
Sounds great.
Great.
Give me your gold garb.
Here it is. It's beautiful and
Wow,
ravishing
it's
and not
gorgeous.
magical at all. Bye.
Wow, bye.
Wow, bye.
So Glauca puts on the dress, and immediately when she puts it on, the gold.
Hold on. Do I look good?
She looks.
Do I look really good?
She looks great in it.
I feel good.
And
I felt good.
That the moment she puts it on, the dress begins to bind her and suffocate her, and also poison from the dress seeps in through her pores, causes her skin to bubble and pop, and she just like falls over dead and just dies this disgusting corpse.
Okay, bye.
And Jason shows up and he sees
corpse wife,
and it's not a endearing Tim Burton movie. And he
nothing is anymore.
Horrified, knows immediately this was the work of Medea.
Yeah.
He runs back to his house. All 3 of his children are dead.
See, we knew that would happen.
It's such a typical Tyler Perry movie, isn't it?
She's like
spoil it.
when
manic pixie dream girl.
She is.
So quirky.
Oh, I'm gonna cut their
when
little
he
heads off. Oh.
when he goes back outside, he looks up to the sky just in time to see Medea riding a dragon-drawn chariot up into the sky, billowing with like clouds of black smoke.
She's so fucking cool.
And she's just like flipping them off as she's just like riding away.
You.
Yeah. So that's the last we see of Medea in this story.
She didn't even like her kids.
No, she didn't give a shit. All she loved was Jason.
Wow.
And so Jason's life ends in tragedy. And the thing that happens is either he cries out for mercy from the gods for abandoning him for his terrible end of his life.
Gee whiz, why me?
And either he then falls backwards onto his own sword, or
whoops,
I tripped, or a lashing like around a beam in his house gives way and the beam comes down.
Oh, that's even better. This is like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
And that's the end of Jason.
And an anvil falls on his head.
Jeez.
So I wasn't kidding when I said that there was a lot to cover, right? That was intense. That was intense and long.
It was a lot of material.
It was.
But you handled it well.
Thank you.
I learned so much.
Hey, ladies, do you have a husband? Does he want you to cook for him? Well, isn't that the worst? Why not chop him up and cook him and get yourself a hotter, younger husband? With Medea's crockpot / cauldron, you can do just that. Hi, I'm Medea. I might be batshit crazy, but nothing's more batshit crazy than these prices. $19.99. I got a caller on the line. Sup, I'm Medea.
Hey, I'm not Zeus. Could I theoretically use this to cook up like an evil queen of the gods?
Absolutely not. It's mostly for murder and to trick dummies.
Okay. All right. Bye.
If you are one of my enemies, I'm gonna kill you. What's up?
Hey, this is Glauca from the underworld. So I'd like to return that
Sorry,
dress.
we lost this call. God, I hate her. I hate her. Oh God, I'm gonna put her in the crock pot. What? Why does the phone not stop ringing?
Hey, this is Aspiritus, your brother, also calling from the underworld.
Fucking shit. So,
I feel like you killed me for like no reason.
There was a great reason.
You could have just like told me you were leaving of your own will, and I would have like made something up.
He was 6'3", and he was 8 inches. If you know what I mean, Aspiritus.
Oh,
now go be a
I'm a Greek hero also, so I know what you mean.
All right, my brother's got a big dong in the underworld, ladies.
Order today. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for being a guest on this episode. What do you think you garnered most from hearing about the Golden Fleece?
Well, I have a lot of baby names to jot down in the baby name idea book for the future.
No, you don't. I just need to punch you in the throat while you sneeze.
No, my head will come flying off.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Medea is my new personal hero.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly.
It says more about you than you could ever tell someone.
I learned a lot about myself today.
If you're listening, Joe in Florida, run
fast.
Just go get a crock pot.
Yeah, hide the crock pot. I would be. Are there more stories about Medea, because she's fun?
She is really fun. I might have mentioned earlier on another episode that my mom once took 2 pieces of styrofoam and sort of glued them together and then carved into it and then painted this like sculpture of Medea standing over the bodies of her dead children.
I don't think you did.
And how I always thought it was such a bizarre thing that my mom had as this like totem / warning in our house.
Yeah, that sounds like a threat.
The weirdest thing is that she didn't look down at the styrofoam sculpture the entire time she was carving, just into your eyes, right?
Oh, just stared into your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird little tidbit.
And whispered, "Be warned," over and over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, wow. Medea's got a lot of flair.
Uh-huh.
I don't like what she did, but you do got to cheer on for once a sociopathic female.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, all the Greek gods are sociopaths, but it's rare you just get a normal old from rags to witches story.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Well, that's why they pay me the notebooks. So, thank you so much for being here, Chelsea, and thank you so much to all our beautiful babies that listen. We love.
Okay.
Yeah, be sure to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and Twitter at _myth_understood. We love talking to you guys. I'm on Twitter, I think, more than Paul is. Paul's on Instagram more than me. I've been enjoying talking to, we have a new friend on Twitter at PsychFan10. She's going to be tickled by this episode because she asked about Pollux and Castor literally today. We always get shout outs by at Maria Barber. She's the best. Thank you, Maria. And we got our new at Raw Reed. She said, "This podcast is popping. You're popping."
I also hope on Instagram that Whimsically Waffled Wizard is enjoying Tres Leches right now.
Waffled?
Whimsically Waffled Wizard.
Oh, you know what? We ate waffles literally before we came and did this.
We did, yes.
Right, Chelsea? And you had a Tres Leche.
I had a Tres Leches.
This is crazy. And we always get beautiful tweets from at Little Katsumi, which I actually called her out earlier at the beginning because she
was
loves
asking
the
about
proper
Castor and Pollux.
No, she likes the proper pronunciations
Oh, she does, yes.
for Greek.
That's good.
Yeah, so she rocks. Thank you. You keep us real.
Okay.
Without you, we'd be phony balonies.
Well, also be sure to follow at It's Dragon Wagon on all social media. Dragon Wagon Radio is the network that we are a part of. And if you enjoy the show, please show your support. It's something you can do. You go to dragonwagonradio.com/donate. We are a completely independent radio podcast network. We're also, we're strong independent women also. Please rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you listen.
And just talk to us. Talk to us all the time. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
We love you.
All right.
Smooches.
Smooches. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Well, mighty Aphrodite if it isn't Jake Lloyd himself.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Jake, you host an incredible podcast that Paul and I have been on. It's called Elaborate.
That it is. Elaborate is a really free-form conversational talk show in which I sit down with people and I sort of dive into what makes them tick, dive into who they are, where they come from. Usually I figure out what the issues are. It's not therapy, but it's not therapy.
Well, that is a marvelous journey that I would love to be on with you. How can I find this podcast?
You can find it wherever podcasts are. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and elaboratepod.com.
It's Dragon Wagon.